Howdy ho, folks. It's your multiversal medium here for another episode of the game that keeps taking away Harvestella. Last episode, I went into detail about how this game feels like it's constantly holding my system hostage, as well as my time hostage, because it just does that with how it handles cutscenes. This episode, well, I looked up a couple things off screen. One, I did check, finally, whether or not the Red Queen on Earth was a meteorite. Yeah, it was a meteorite. The Red Queen was a meteorite. It's legit something from space that crashed into Earth. And then, I don't know, Arya and the other Earthlings are like, it holds Earth's genome. And they weren't able to, like, immediately prove that. It was just a random theory, which sounds really stupid. I think I even used the allegory. It's like freaking somebody getting shot. How the heck is my backpack full? Are you serious? Oy vey. Oy vey. But it's like somebody getting shot by a bullet. And obviously, like, the bullet kills them or whatever, or maybe it doesn't. But you pull out the bullet that is in the person, and then cut open the bullet and take out a piece from the center of it, and it's like, this holds that human's genome, when that part of the bullet didn't even touch any DNA. That's basically what they're saying happened. And not for nothing, but that's effing dumb. That's really effing dumb. But that's what we expect from the writing at this point. If you've gotten this far, you know the writing's dumb. I really can't wait to do an essay on this. I'm already, like, figuring out how I'm gonna do, like, the formatting of it. I can't wait to destroy this game. I really can't. It's going to come out so much later than I'm already. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I mainly just needed the frickin' stuff from the foraging point, not the harvesting point or mining point. But yeah, it's going to be coming out, like, way later because I need to do every other series before Harvestella, and, well, Harvestella is super queued up on my channel. It's going to be a long minute before even this episode goes up. Well. Not like that's inherently a bad thing. How many, not a lot. There we go. I think I got 4 in there. If I can get 5 more, I can actually put it in the upgraded juicer. Remember, it's not really an upgraded juicer. It just does a bunch at once. And it, as we know, production machines don't increase the value of anything, because this isn't a farming game. And the whole point of production isn't to do the farming game loop. It's to make healing items. That's the entire point of the production makers and cooking and everything. It's to make healing items, nothing else. Anyways, I said I looked up a couple things, and that was just one of them. The other thing, oh yeah, I don't have party members anymore for some reason. Lovely. Like, yeah, I don't have party members. Nope, I can't edit my party. Nope, I can't add party members. We're still low-key in a cutscene chain. We're actually able to save. I hate this game so effing much. I really do. I really effing do. Anyways, the other thing I looked up was just seeing where we were plot-wise and basically how much more we have to go through. Because, like, I'm reaching an effing limit. I am. I have a great deal of patience, but even I can't keep going indefinitely. So if I get rid of these 2 dudes, will I actually be able to just go through the rest of this area without getting fire spells cast at me when I'm at the other side of the map? Because those dudes can apparently cast spells from all the way up there to all the way down here. Because, you know, that's fair. Legit, the enemies are unfair in this game. They really are. They legit are. And it's just to force the fact that you need to do the farming to try and get healing items. That's legit the reasoning that the enemies are unfair with how the heck they handle things. An enemy from all the way over there in that encounter, I just killed those two spell enemies. Being able to hit me all the way over here with fire spells is not okay. That's legit not okay. Dark Souls isn't that bad, and Dark Souls is known to being kind of unfair. Heck, the dude who makes Dark Souls is known to just place enemies around blind spots because they find it funny. To be fair, I kind of find it funny too, but it's still unfair at the end of the day. Anyways, as I was saying, I did look up... it's 7. Gosh dang it. I don't think there's any other nodes we can do either. There's 100% nothing else we can do to get more cool berries. I looked up how close we were to finishing the game. So, fairly close, actually. I know we're basically... Is there anything else I could do? How much money do I have? Not enough. I definitely don't have enough to upgrade my weapons or anything. Okay. But we're fairly close to the end. At least 2 of the endings. So this game has 3 endings. And I'm gonna be an effing idiot and do all 3. I don't know why I'm gonna do all 3. I'm not gonna get any payoff by doing all 3. I feel compelled to, because usually in you meet with Geist tomorrow. Yeah, cool. I'll go to sleep now. What is Arya up to? Her pod still isn't back. I don't care. I really don't. She's thinking about committing genocide. Cool. Try and talk things through with her properly tomorrow. Don't tell me what to do, random text box. Anyways. Okay, it's just gonna start a cutscene. What if I wanted to autosave? Anyways, we're almost done. There's 3 endings. I'm gonna try to do all 3 endings. Because I feel compelled to, because usually in any of my series, if it's not super difficult to do multiple endings, I do. I've done that since Bard's Tale. I did that with the 2 Sludge Life games. Heck, I'm the only person, I think, the first person to put up all the endings for Poison Control. Like, that game had 0 coverage properly. I was looking up how many endings were in Poison Control, and I couldn't get a definite answer. Like, the answer I came to was different from every post online, so I'm pretty certain I'm the only person who put up all the endings for Poison Control online, because there's nothing like that on YouTube at the time I put it up. At least with a quick look and skimming of YouTube. Anyway, let's just do this cutscene because we're gonna have a crap ton of cutscenes. We're near the end of a really poorly written JRPG, and they gotta try and get all these loose ends tied together because they didn't realize they were loose ends until it was crunch time. Ay vey. That should be the last of the documents for the Paradise Project. Oh, you're actually gonna give us stuff from this dungeon we did a while ago? Amazing. It's almost like the entire point of going to the top of this dungeon was to get this stuff because Geist was saying it would have answers for Arya and what happened to her parents. Except we never got that when we went to the top of the dungeon. Ay, frickin' vey. Thank you, Jabberwocky. I totally won't stab a Vorpal blade into you. Why do you want to know about it all of a sudden, though? Is that weird? I mean, it's weird for Arya, technically. Arya's never been a proper scientist throughout the entire game. But if she was properly written as one, to the point where she legit was inquisitive and trying to learn things and trying to use that knowledge base to be a scientist, she would have wanted the details about this Paradise Project the second it was brought up. Also, do you find it weird that we need to get the details to the Paradise Project here when Jabberwocky already gained them when we were here last time? Why did Arya and Jabberwocky have to come back to the top of this tower? That's a plot hole. Jabberwocky should just have them, and she should have gotten them and, like, forgotten Eden or whatever. There's no reason for them to be back here. Why is every cutscene a plot hole? Why? Why is every single one? It's complicated, huh? Is it? Who cares? You're supposed to be an AI. Oh, Arya, wait a sec. There's one more here. You said that was all of them. Stop lying. Can I see it? No, the screen doesn't change ever. Looks like a list of names for a critical experiment. Oh, the critical experiment about how Arya was child 1. We're finally gonna circle back to that. I find this so effing dumb. This is the kind of info we should have gotten for completing this dungeon. Because when we were in the dungeon, it was leading up to need this info. And then Geist was like, no, we'll talk about your parents at the top. And then Geist didn't talk about her parents at the top. That's... Yeah, you're child 1. Congrats. Cool. Moving on. Ay vey. Oy effing vey. I hate this game. Shh. You're meeting with Geist today. Okay, yeah, cool, yeah. You should talk to Arya. Yeah, cool. Awesome. I freaking know. Do people just keep breaking into my house? Why does this keep happening? That's Arya's handwriting. Yeah, she just broke into my house. I'm sorry. No, it isn't fair of me to tell you this way. In a letter you can't even reply to. And yeah, you're kinda effed up. But I couldn't bear to meet you face to face. Yeah, you're an effing coward. We already know this. I went to Lost Gaia in the pod. Yeah, we saw that in the cutscene. I wanted to know more about the Paradise Project. You know, the info we should have gotten from that dungeon by going to the top of the dungeon, and we didn't gain any info about it. But that was the entire point of the dungeon, you know? Yeah, that. What Geist said was true. My parents' project was humanity's last attempt to survive. And then they just randomly quit after one test city. Isn't that weird? So many researchers sacrificed their lives for the sake of it, my friends included. What? Did they die during the construction? What? How did they die when they were trying to make the Eden cities? So that's why. I'm sorry, Ein, but she uses a lot of dots when writing a letter. I can't let their sacrifice go to waste. Can you imagine writing a letter with, like, every other sentence just having ... Can you imagine writing a letter like that? I know some people do that when texting, but we're talking about writing a letter. This girl is insufferable. The writing is smudged from here. I can't read it. Her handwriting's horrible. So I'm going to implement Heaven's Shell. I'm going to the cradle by myself. Don't come after me, please. So grateful for the time you saved me. And we'd only just met. No, you weren't. You hated me. It's so effing weird how they will retcon everything with every single character. Arya was a total B. I was going to say at the start of the game, but she's always been a total B. She's been a xenophobic bitch. She has never stopped being a xenophobic B. You've always fought hard for those around you. No, I haven't. But just this once, I'll be the one to take responsibility for people, my people, from Earth. Oh, she called it Earth instead of Lost Gaia. Why do you think they refuse to use the same terminology? So don't try and stop me. Whatever you do, don't come after me. Oh my effing gosh, I feel like I'm in middle school and this girl's like... 100%, it feels like a middle school whatever romance. Like a middle school, like, we were dating for a week. I don't like you anymore. Don't try to make up with me. No, don't chase me. Don't chase me. He better not chase me. He's chasing you. He is? It's that. Like, she said, don't come after her like 4 times. This is so stupid. Oh my effing god, I hate this so much. Because we're enemies now. Why would we be enemies? It doesn't even make sense in that regard. So stupid. You hear something outside. Let's be effing honest. The greatest act of foreshadowing this game has ever done was like 2 episodes ago when we get all the info about the Heaven Shell project and Arya's like, I guess this means we're enemies now. And you're like, why would it mean we're enemies? Like, arguably we should be schmoozing you. Why would we be enemies? No, with me having this choice, it means we're enemies now. Because that is the greatest foreshadowing of the fact that she was obviously going to choose the humans from Earth. It's the best foreshadowing this game's ever done. I hate this game so effing much. I really do. I can't wait to be done with it. That's actually why I'm recording today. I could be recording a better game. Heck, I could be finally working on that challenge video that I intended to go up at the start of 2025. I could be writing the script and finishing up editing that. I could be finishing up editing the Oblivion thing. No, I just want this done. I want Harvestella to be out of my system. I don't want to ever have to touch it again. It's like an effing curse that needs to be lifted. I need to get it done and over with. Are you sure you want to do this alone? Sure, why not? Yeah, I hate her. Why is this just a repeat of the other cutscene? I hate this. Arya! I wake up at the same time every day. Are you this effing stupid? Ein. I didn't know you were an early bird, because I always slept in. Goodbye. I hate her. Let's go. I find it so often hilarious that the quote-unquote good Geist, you know, the one that's like Bizarro Geist, is like, no life should ever be extinguished. By the way, my plan to make humanity survive is to wipe out half of humanity, either the half that is the new humanity or the half that is the old humanity. No life should ever be extinguished. So effing stupid. I hate this. I hate everything. Arya left. Yeah, I saw that. Try talking to your friends in the Castle of Illusion. My effing god. I feel so forced every single effing time. It just feels so effing forced. Am I able to do this? Cool, I am. Is time actually moving, or is it frozen at this point and I'm not able to do anything? Nope, time's moving, so I should be able to do stuff. I should be able to. In a better game, I'm given player agency to do things. Sadly, that's never been Harvestella. Okay, take the thing, pop the thing in. Cool, awesome. Annoying. But yeah, in a better game, I would have full agency to do whatever the hecky I want to do. Ooh, this actually grew. Awesome. Promised fruit. Can I actually juice those? If I can juice those, that's going to be nice. It's actually going to be really nice, because that would be a constant influx of something I can juice, and I can actually guarantee it. Like, yes, I know I could be growing crops or whatever, but I've been over how freaking annoying the farming aspect of this game is countless times. Like, I would rather play the remaster of Rune Factory 3 on the Switch. Which sounds weird, because Rune Factory 3 is a good game. It is. It is a good game. The remaster on the Switch feels so inherently wrong that I have been avoiding playing it, and I have a collector's edition of it. Like, I'm just avoiding playing a collector's edition game I own because it just feels inherently wrong compared to when I played it on the DS with my DS version of it. I would rather play the entirety of Rune Factory 3 where everything feels slightly weird and wonky than ever touch the farming in this game ever again. If I can help it. I really would. All we got was 2 cool berries. Gosh dang it. Is it such an effing issue? Oh yeah, I think we can turn these into fruit. Pretty certain we can. Or not fruit, to juice. I'm pretty certain we can turn them into apple juice. That's going to be good. Cool. Awesome, funky, fresh. Actually, things are moving upwards, finally. But yeah, I would rather play an entire farming game that I know is good, has good writing, has good characters and everything, but just the farming feels like it has a weird sense of dysphoria, and you're gaslighting yourself as like, it wasn't like this before the entire game. Then ever touch the farming in this game again. And I'm trying to fully figure out what the pure disconnect when it comes to Harvestella's farming is. And I'm going to have to go into detail and try to truly analyze why Harvestella's entire farming game loop just fails. Because I played the genre for a long time. I've been a fan of the genre for years and years. So I should at least be able to, if I give a proper look and proper thought and everything, figure out what the disconnect is. Because something about this game's farming is just that, a disconnect. Everything feels wrong. Not just dysphoric like Rune Factory 3 on the Switch. Wrong. It feels really, really wrong. Maybe it's just how clunky it is. Like, everything you do is super slow. And I'm certain I saw like speed ups or something for the fairy rewards, but when the farming aspect itself is not fun, why would I try to keep doing it on the promise that it may be acceptable later? It circles back to that argument I had about Tales of the Abyss and Morrowind and several other games, even though I love Morrowind. And it's simply, you can't expect your player base to devote X amount of time before it's acceptable or even enjoyable. You've got to have something that the players actually want to devote themselves to at the start. Otherwise, it's irrelevant. It really is. It's completely irrelevant what the heck you make. If what the heck's actually good about what you made 20 plus hours in. It's why I don't recommend Morrowind to people to play. It's one of the best games, and it's one of my favorite games. It takes too much effort, and I'm not going to demand that from anyone, and I'm never going to suggest it to people because of such. I've gotten past that hurdle, so I love it. People who play the Tales of the Abyss are basically the same, but they suggest playing Tales of the Abyss, not realizing the 10-hour hurdle before the story is actually acceptable is not okay to recommend to people. So yeah, if the farming gets acceptable by doing more farming, that's still not acceptable is what I'm saying. Hein. I don't care, Hein. Shut up. What happened with Arya? I don't care. Thick thighs, crush lives. Shut up. She's going by herself. She's going with guys. No, she's by herself. She doesn't have friends. Oh no. Shut up, Azel. You'd never added anything to this party. This isn't right. Shrika, you're a freaking, like, murderous religious zealot. And arguably one of the cruelest individuals in the entire party. And we have an assassin and a hitman in our party. I don't care about your opinion. Shrika? Oh, Braga just realized you existed, Shrika. Arya's trying to take on everything by herself, isn't she? Oh, shut up. You don't... No, no, no. I know, because I can be like her, too. Sometimes. I feel like the commas there are kind of weird. Anyways, Shrika, shut up. Driving yourself into a corner, and before you know it, there's no way out again. Shrika, I really don't care. Hey, Shrika, what is your religion based around besides the fact that you worship Seaslight? Like, what kind of stuff do you do in your religion? Oh, we don't do anything besides be zealot, and apparently I'm a missionary. But that isn't exactly a missionary, I'm a inquisitor. So you kill people? No, I do missionary work. Was that I can't exactly remember. I remember the entirety of Shrika's character is stupid. Because the devs didn't know terminology. I used to be like that too. Hazel, you'd never add anything to the party. I don't care, shut up. When I lost TL, oh my effing gosh. I closed myself off from everyone and got stuck wallowing in my own misery. You knew her for 2 weeks. Shut up. But Arya's words helped me out of it. And you were like upset for like an hour. He knew this girl for 2 effing weeks. She, like, we had to kill her, and he got upset for like an hour and then immediately bounced back. Hazel, if that is the defining aspect of your effing life, go into a ditch, lay there and rot. You're not useful for anything. I despise you. Encouragement has held out all of us here at some point. What encouragement? She's a bitch. That's what people do. Like, Hein, need I remind you, you came up with this very unique technology that had never been done before. And she immediately was like, don't call it that, call it this instead. She literally just completely said, hey, you did this awesome thing. I don't like it, change it. She's not helped people. But this time is different. She has the power to have us all wiped out. Yeah? I don't really care. That's... yeah, who cares? Let's just go. She's not helped everyone. She's kind of... like, I hate her. I effing hate her. She's never been a good person. This is not good. Yeah, sure. Cool. Awesome. Can we go now? What is it? Oh, Meep Meep didn't even have a line until now. Yeah, Meep Meep's been quiet and probably just thinking like, why does everyone like Arya? She's kind of a bitch. The Proto-Seaslight descent operation has been put into action by the Harbinger. What? 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 Okay, let's see how they try to explain this as a necessity. So the Proto-Seaslight being the Seaslight that was in the factory. The factory that's a part of the elevator shaft. And not just a part of the elevator shaft, it's a part of the elevator shaft maintenance hall. Which is a giant orb suspended in space at, like, we're going to say the 75 mark of the elevator shaft. The elevator shaft, which is actually a space tether elevator that can shoot down or be brought back up. So it's just shaking wildly at that 75% mark and probably breaking apart. That's where the Seaslight factory is. The Proto-Seaslight being the first one that they didn't use because it didn't work out well. That suddenly needs to drop down onto the Earth. Why? I'm going to assume the Harbinger is Arya. The Harbinger? No, let's talk about the Proto-Seaslight thing. It is the account with the highest level of authority among us. It must be Arya. Yeah, well, let's... whatever. I see. The leader of the Omens is called the Harbinger. And that's Arya now? Sure, cool. I'm gonna circle back to chapter 4, I think it was, where Geist kidnapped Arya and tried to get Arya to his side or whatever. Because robots weirdly have gender in this. I don't know why. And Geist was hinting at this whole Harbinger thing. Cool, whatever. And then when Arya refused, Because Geist wouldn't explain their motives. Because apparently all versions of Geist will not tell you something unless they show you a 5,000 page PowerPoint while walking through several miles worth of just worthless dungeons. All versions of Geist apparently do that. They will not just tell you something. So, like, Arya refused in Chapter 4, and Geist was upset, but didn't really super care because Geist was going to destroy the world anyways, and it didn't effing matter. Why did Geist need Arya then? The only reason Geist kidnapped Arya in that scenario, when Geist already had all the plans and was working in motion to have those plans be brought about to destroy the world as they know it, was to try and give us foreshadowing for the fact that Arya was the harbinger and like the crux of this plot. In other words, besides that foreshadowing bit, Arya didn't need to be kidnapped. There didn't need to be anything there, which means you could just remove that and it would be fine. It's a plot hole. It's an effing plot hole, is all I'm saying. It was trying to be foreshadowing, but it was a plot hole. That's it. And that's a majority of this game when it tries to foreshadow. It's a plot hole. There's no reason for that to happen. It's like when we're walking to the elevator and we suddenly have to stop because there's a cutscene. The cutscene is it through this door? No. We don't need to worry about that door right now. The elevator's over there. That cutscene didn't need to happen. It was them trying to foreshadow things in a completely unnatural, weird alien way. Because I guess the writers don't know how to write like people. So it's a plot hole. It doesn't need to be there. It doesn't need to exist. I guess plot hole is not the right term. Because a plot hole tends to say like, so this thing literally didn't amount to anything and it took away from the story. These things do amount to something, but they're not in the places they should be, and they're taking away from the story by being in the spot they are, and shouldn't be formatted in the way they are. I'm certain there's a possible term for something like that. Whatever. I just hate this game. I suspect so. Why would she want to be your leader? Where did you get that level of power? Like, no, we already know the answers to both of these. Why does nobody in universe pay attention to the cutscenes? We have something explained in one cutscene. We go a few cutscenes, it needs to be explained again. We go another cutscene. None of the characters know what the heck's going on. If you're gonna write something nonsensical, at least write it in a way for the characters in universe to think it's sensical. It's effing stupid. It is only natural. She's the only Kane who is still currently alive. Yeah, obviously, we went over this. Her authority exceeds that of any intelligent body, including us Set. Seems she agreed to cooperate on Heaven's Shell on the condition that she'd be granted full authority over the Set. No? That's stupid. Like, that's stupid. That's a weird thing to suddenly add. Why would she need full authority over the Set? What is that necessary for? As the only freaking Kane / person, and Geist even said you're the only one that can set in motion either of these prospects. She was already technically at a higher rank than all of the Set. This is stupid. This is dumb. The first stage of the plan is to drop the Proto-Seas Light. Yeah, that's definitely going to be able to make a livable city / barrier for everyone to live in. Cool. Is the Proto-Seas Light that thing that Geist showed us? You know, in the factory that's connected to, not the elevator, but the elevator maintenance shaft. It's like 75% up a giant elevator? Yes. Here's that her plan is to forcibly take control over the other 4 Seas Light using the Proto-Seas Light. Why? Why would that be a thing even? Why can't she just go into... Like, they're machines. They are machines. Why can't she just go into one of the Seas Light machines, connect them up, and then just get admin rights? Actually, no, that's even stupider. Admin rights for the other Seas Light are at the top of the Castle of Illusion. That's what Geist did. Geist was given admin rights at the top of this dungeon that we're currently standing in. And that's how Geist made them overcharge and was going to destroy, like, all life. Admin rights are at the top of this tower, nothing else. Why does the Proto Seas Light need to be dropped down? I crap you not, this is just a major contradiction to the plot as we know it. Whatever, what would happen if she did that, or the Proto Seas Light can do that? Why would it be able to do that? It wouldn't be impossible. Why would you even do that when we know you can give admin rights at the top of this tower? The Proto contains the functions of all 4 Seas Light. Therefore, in terms of specs, it's far superior to them. We just never used it because we thought it was weird. You could call it an exact clone of the Red Queen, except it's different color. Cool. Whatever. Why did you make an exact clone of the Red Queen besides the fact that it's supposed to hold the Earth's genome, even though that's stupid because it was a meteorite? Why didn't you just clone the part that held the Earth's genome to try and use that? Why did you completely clone it? Whatever. It's not a clone either. It's a machine. You guys said they were machines. So effing stupid on so many levels. Even if it can get admin rights over the other Seas Light, why aren't you using the thing in the tower that we know has admin rights? Like, I don't freaking comprehend this logic. However, it has been discontinued in the past as its machine power was too high to keep under control, so it's literally just a bomb. Cool. We failed to control it once again. The planet's conditions could be devastated in a flash. Why would she use this as opposed to the actual admin right thing at the top of the tower? If the Harbinger has decided to launch it, that means she is serious. Serious with what? Destroying things? You guys just said you don't know how to control the thing. She wouldn't know how to control it either. She's a freaking petulant teenager that throws tantrums. She still throws tantrums. What's more, the landing location has not yet been decided. But if it were to land near the city... Oh, why would she just... Okay. So, I know Ari is a bitch, and she is technically deciding to wipe out all of the next evolution of humans. Cool, whatever. I don't super care. I really don't. I don't think she's... Well, she might be sadistic enough, but it would legit be an act of sadism. Because she would be the one choosing the coordinates for it to land. She is the one in control right now. Why would she choose the coordinates to land on a city? Why would she just decide that? There's so much wrong with this cutscene. Why? Why? Just effing why? I'll talk to you guys later in another episode of Harvestella where I continue to go insane because this is effing bullshit. Feel free to like, comment, and sub if you're okay with me going insane. I hope we're done soon. Like I said at the start of this episode, I looked it up. We got half a dungeon, a boss fight, and then the last chapter is quite literally just choosing which ending you're doing. And I'll hop saves and do all 3. I'll talk to you guys later in another episode of this bullcrap. Ciao.